Hola amigos de Headbangers Latinoamérica y Headbangers México. Estamos aquí una vez más con Brandon Saller de Atreyu, el vocalista de Atreyu y antes baterista de Atreyu. So hello Brandon, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. We talked almost like 1 year ago before your shows in Mexico. I don't know
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
remember that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of things have happened since that day. Like you are coming back really, really strong with a new single that is called "All for You." Can
hmm
you tell us something about that?
Yeah, All for You is a song that we wrote pretty early on in the writing process for this new album. We wrote this song in Tokyo, actually. And it's sort of been one that we've been sitting on for a while that we all really felt was special. And it was kind of that one that you played to your friends and family, and like everyone said the same thing. Like everyone was like, wow, this is the song, like the record label, the everyone. So for us, it's really cool that it's finally out in the world for everyone to hear.
Yeah, I checked the music video. It's very, very intense. Like it has a lot of great landscapes. So where was the video shooted?
We actually went to Iceland to film. Yeah, we filmed our video for our new song Ego Death, and then also All for You in Iceland. We went out there for 4 days and just shot in a bunch of different cool locations and on black sandy beaches and frozen waterfalls and giant cliffs that were horrifying to be up on. But yeah, it's cool. It's just like trying to find just something that is so scenically gorgeous and not like anything that you would ever see filming a video in the States.
From my point of view, it is like really beautiful, but at the same time, it's kind of dark. I
Yeah,
don't
for
know if
sure.
you see that
Absolutely.
the same way. And also, like I was like listening to the song and reading the lyrics, and there is this line that caught my attention that it says, "There's a million ways to die, but I chose to survive."
Yeah.
That is really intense. What is the message that you want to convey with that with those lyrics?
I mean, really, it's just exactly how it says. Like, I think in life, there's a million things and a million ways that you can fail and a million ways that you can kind of crumble. And the only way that you won't do that is if you decide that you're not doing it. You have to make a conscious decision to succeed and to, whether that's in work or career or relationship or, anything. So it's just kind of a reminder that like there's a million reasons why you could fail, but the only reason why you won't is if you decide that you're not going to.
And talking about your upcoming album, the title is "The End Is Not the End." Who came up with that title, and
I
what is
actually
the
did.
meaning of that
I
title?
mean, it ended up coming from. There's an intro track on the record that is also has this. It's the title track, I guess. And it was just a line that popped into to my head that just kind of like summarized the whole record. Like, there's a lot of songs on the album that really deal with sort of things that seem final. A lot of moments in life that just seem like it's the end of the road. Like, whether that mean, like I said like earlier, if it's a job or a relationship or a personal goal or a band or a friendship. Like, a lot of times when things are ending, it can seem like it's the end of the world, and it can seem like your life's going to be over after that. But that's never the case. There's always new things to look into. There's always new opportunities. There's always new things that come into your life. So a lot of the songs on the record are sort of thematically weave into that. So it just seemed like the right title.
Yeah. Okay. And how was the recording process for this album? It was different from your previous albums. Did you do something different,
Yeah,
or what
very much
did
so.
you do?
We sort of decided to take just like crank up the fun meter on this one. So we just decided to write it kind of around the world. We did a week of writing in Tokyo, where it was just the four of us and our producer and our wives, and we went out to Tokyo for a week. And every morning we would write songs till about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and then we go out and experience Tokyo and have a good time and just soak in everything Tokyo has to offer. And it made for some really great songs. And then we went to an island off the coast of Washington called San Juan Island for about a little over a week and stayed in this amazing house on the water. And it was complete opposite. It was absolute, just like quiet, calm, beautiful place. And we just wrote music there for a week. And then we kind of went back to our producer's house in Los Angeles and wrote a few more songs and finished recording everything. But it was like we did everything at his home studio, which is amazing. But it was like we recorded drums in his living room. You know what I mean? And like everything was just done very comfortable and very like fun, and just kept it really exciting for us to kind of keep creating. And I think that because we were excited to be in these different locations and different environments, like it made us more excited to create.
And was it difficult to find like the inspiration while you were in different places? Like you didn't like lose the path, like it wasn't something that made you feel like, well, I'm not sure that this is the right choice or the right direction?
I don't think so. I think that there was just both places had so much to offer, like so much coming in your mind that like it was kind of endless what inspired us and like whether it was like different noises or different feelings in the day. Like there was never a shortage like of ideas and inspiration there. So I think if anything it helped.
Okay, and if you could describe this new album with just one word, what word would it be?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. The best Atreyu album to date.
I mean, everyone says that. Everyone always says that when you have a new album. But
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. I think that we found something special. I think we found, we're in a part of our career where the best parts of our band show themselves very clearly. And the things that make our band great are very apparent to us. And it was like that was what we kept in mind when making this album.
And when you were doing this record, like all the process, like recording it, writing the lyrics, everything, did you feel pressure?
No, to be honest.
Like a fun process.
Yeah, it didn't. It was just fun. Like I don't think that. I think the only pressure we ever feel is that we put on ourselves, really. But even that, like I think that we've been a band for so long and we have such confidence and respect within the band that it's like we know when we get together, like good things are going to happen. So I think that we all just were in a place making this that we were just really excited and really kind of eager to just like I said, create. And I think our band's in such a cool spot and we've been doing such fun things with touring and just like all the things we've been doing have been really exciting to us. And it was just, mandatory that we kept it exciting. Like that was sort of rule number one. Like don't stress out, don't make it hard, don't make it, painful. Just like, is it exciting? Let's go do it. Let's be excited and let's have a good time.
And one of the tracks that also caught my attention is Children of the Light, which features the frontman of Soulfly, ex Sepultura, Max Cavalera.
Yeah.
How that collaboration happened?
It was sort of really natural. Like that song to me always had like a like just very like primal sound to it. And it very much like I feel like has that kind of Sepultura, like that old Sepultura influence. And like we were kind of just joking in the studio. Travis, our guitar player, is one of his all-time favorite bands is Sepultura, so he's like a huge Max fan, and it was kind of one of those things that was like, dude, we should just get Max to sing on this song, and like as a joke. And then I just kind of hit up our lawyer and was like, hey, can you get a contact for Max Cavalera? And he was like, absolutely, I know his wife, I know whatever. And it was like as simple as like we sent him the song, said what we'd love for him to be a part of it, And like the next day he was like, yeah, I'd love to do it. And he sent us his vocals within like a couple days. It was like very cool and very easy, which is awesome because like he's a legend in our world, you know, like he will all go down in history as a heavy metal legend. So like to have him involved is so cool, you know, especially being fans of Sepultura. Like Sepultura was one of our first tours that we ever did in Europe. This is post Max, but you know, we grew up listening to that band, and I think it's also like really unexpected for us to have someone like Max on a record.
Yeah, yeah. Max is one of the most influential frontmans in metal, I believe.
Absolutely.
And it is great to have him in one of your songs. Like,
For sure. Yeah.
You don't have to prove yourselves anymore.
No.
Like you have Max Cavalera in one of your songs.
We got heavy metal street cred.
Yeah, and I mean you have already many collaborations with great singers, like the one that you made with Matt Shadows of Avenged Sevenfold and
yeah,
Aaron Gillespie, yeah, and also Travis Barker. So you have been very recognized within the music industry with a lot of bands, and that's great.
Yeah, it's fun.
What is the change in your singing style in this new album? Like I've noticed in All For You that your screaming is more noticeable. That's the word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That in the previous songs.
I mean, for me, it's just always trying to elevate, you know, just trying to kind of like conquer new territory that I didn't before. And in our band, you know, Porter has one of the coolest screaming voices I've ever heard in my life. So sort of like competing with that is a difficult task. So I just kind of just kept working on it and tried to really just like hone in and sort of sharpen my own voice and that make my voice like my own unique thing. And it turned out really cool. And it's definitely for me, like I'm screaming more than I ever have on any record. So it's definitely challenging, but fun. Just and for no other reason than just to try and showcase different elements of my voice and just do something, you know, conquer something new.
Did you take vocal lessons? Or
when we made our last album,
how to scream?
Not really. Like when we did our last album, we worked a little bit with a dude named David Benitez. But for the most part, it was sort of just like figuring out my voice in the studio, you know, and like figuring it out on tour. I sort of am like have a weird thing where like anything I've ever had to learn, I ended up making the most headway when I just like figured it out for myself rather than like someone else trying to teach me. But yeah, just a lot of just trial and error, you know, figuring out what sounds cool and then figuring out how to make it sound cool without hurting myself.
I believe that you're natural. You have a gift.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And besides singing and screaming, did you also record the drums, or that was just Kyle?
We sort of split it up. Kyle recorded about half the album. We have some songs on the record where like because we recorded the drums and the cymbals separate. So we have some songs where like he recorded the drums, I recorded the cymbals. There's some songs where like I play one part and he plays the rest. But so it was a mix between both of us.
Okay. And well, no. So moving on, we already know that you made a lot of promotion for the anniversary of the course. You made a tour, and also you released a re-recording version of that album.
Yeah.
How's that happen? Like, how does it feel to re-record something that you already made after 20 years?
I mean, it was cool. It was like getting in a time machine, you know what I mean? Like you had to fully sit down with an album that is 20 years old and like analyze it all over again so that we can recreate it and in a respectful way, you know? But at the same time, it was really cool to sort of like update a lot of the sonically update it to be something that sort of could stand stronger in the modern landscape and just to us be like a better sounding album. And, you know, we're better players now, a better singer now, like I'm a better drummer now. So like being able to reapproach all all that music with just the years under our belt was really fun, really cool.
Wasn't it difficult, like recording it and like thinking, like, man, Alex is not here. This is going to be difficult. Or
It was hard figuring out what we were like, how we were going to do it, because we knew that me and Porter wanted to, split up the vocals and make it so that the whole point of it really was because we were doing all the Curse touring, so we wanted to be able to have something for people to listen, so they would know exactly what they were going to come see. You know what I mean? When you came to see the Curse tour, like, you could listen to the Curse 2.0 and know exactly how it was going to be when you went and saw it. And it was important for us to kind of showcase that. And it was more so just like figuring out who was going to do what. But the hard part more, I mean, the way Alex wrote lyrics, it was very poetic and very kind of long-winded in a good way. He wrote a lot of lyrics, and there's a lot of things squeezed into these parts. So it was definitely challenging to like figure it out and be able to perform it. You know what I mean? But I think it turned out really cool. We're really proud of how it turned out.
and because of that thing you said about the lyrics that Alex wrote, was there a moment when you were doing the tour in which you thought like, man, I would like to have Alex be involved in this?
I don't think so. I think that it never really occurred to us. I think that when we started playing through the songs and rehearsing for the tour and all that stuff, I think we were really stoked on how it all sounded, and I think that the live energy was there. And it wasn't like, there's not to say that he wasn't important at all, but I don't think in the atmosphere of the shows, like, there wasn't anything missing. You know what I mean? And the simple reality is that I don't think he or we are interested in doing anything else together. So, but it was cool. I mean, obviously it's a concern on how to approach that, but once we got in the thick of it and sort of actually started doing it, it felt so good that it was going great.
Okay. And also, Dead Grip on Yesterday is going to have its 20th anniversary. Do you have plans for celebrating that album like you did with The Curse, or are you going to focus only and the end is not the end?
I think this year will be mainly focused on the new record. I know there might be some special things that come around that are involved with Death Grip or Death Grip adjacent, but nothing really as far as touring. But I think there'll be some cool things that come along that we do to celebrate Death Grip.
Okay, perfect. And well, I have a little activity prepared for you. Like, we are running out of time though, so I'm going to try to make it like really, really quick. This is like, I want to know how much you know your own band. So I'm going to ask you some questions to know if you have a good memory.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question is, who is the producer for Suicide Notes and Butterfly Kisses?
Eric Rachel.
Oh, correct. Yeah. You remember.
I do.
In the music video for Right Side of the Bed, you are wearing a band spin. What is the name of that band?
Him.
Oh, you remember? I thought that you wouldn't remember that one.
That's great.
This is awesome. Are you a fan of him?
Absolutely. I love him.
Yeah,
still do.
Those guys are perfect.
Yeah.
The sad thing is that they are not around anymore.
I know.
Okay. In which 18 Visions music video did you appear?
Is it I Let Go?
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife's in that too.
Yeah. Also, Mad Shadows.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of people are in that.
Yeah. A lot of friends. The old good days.
That's awesome.
What was Atreyu's first collaboration with another singer?
First one was Josh Todd, maybe, with Buck Cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the song? What is the song?
Blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. In what year was Atreyu part of the Family Values tour lineup?
Oh shit. 2007.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Do you remember another bands that were in that tour?
Yeah, it
Something that you
was
want to share?
yeah, it was Korn, Evanescence, Us, Hell Yeah, Trivium was on it. Who else was on it? Oh, that's all I remember. That tour was insane though. That was a
Like,
really that was an insanely huge tour opportunity for us. That was on the Lead Sales cycle, and it was great that we got to do
yeah,
such a good slot on the main stage, and it was very cool.
I'm still waiting to hear for the Family Values tour comeback.
I know that would be amazing.
Yeah. What was the first Atreyu music video directed by Porter McKnight?
Long live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Long live.
These are
In
great
fact,
questions.
the long live music video kind of well, all for you music video kind of reminds me to long live music video.
Oh yeah,
I
same similar. The
I
beach
can see
vibe, the
some
cliffs.
similarities. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure.
there is a song, an Atreyu song, that has a music video, but that song has never been released in any of your studio albums. What is the name of the song?
For Portrait in Black.
Yeah,
Hey,
man, you're on
we
fire.
we may or may not try to fix that this year.
Ah, yeah, I see what you're going. Where you're going? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because in fact, that song is not even in streaming platforms.
No,
That's
you can't
a
even stream it anywhere. It was only available on like YouTube and that's it. So we're trying to figure that one out as well.
The next one. How many Atreyu records have been produced by John Feldman?
Mm-hmm. Three, four.
Which ones?
Lead Sails, In Our Wake, Baptize, and Beautiful Dark of Life.
Yeah, man, you're
Got all the
on
answers.
fire.
I'm on fire.
Yeah, you're on fire. So the last one is with Atreyu's upcoming new album. Can you name all of your albums in order?
Yeah. I'll go all the way back.
Okay.
The Visions EP, Fractures in the Facade of Your Porcelain Beauty, Suicide Notes and Butterfly Kisses, The Curse, Death Grip on Yesterday, Congregation of the Damned, Lead Sails, Congregation of the Damned, Long Live, In Our Wake, Baptize, Beautiful Dark of Life, Pronoia Sessions, Curse 2025.
Yeah.
Bam.
Perfect. Yeah, man. You have proved that you are not going to suffer from Alzheimer.
That's great. I hope not.
Yeah. And well, you are going to perform also in the Band's Warp Tour in Mexico.
Yeah.
What can we expect from that?
We're so excited. The shows we played in Mexico last year made us want to come back immediately. And we're so excited to do it on such a grand scale as Warp Tour. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So we can't wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I already
Awesome.
got my tickets.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah, I want to see you there because I went to the shows in Mexico. Well, to the show that was in Mexico City. In fact, I'm wearing my Atreyu
Oh,
t-shirt.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I'm dressed properly for the
Yeah.
occasion. Yeah, and the last question, just to wrap this up. I know that you already had an alternative project,
Mhm.
but I want to ask you if you could form a super group or super band, which members would you include?
Damn. This is easy for me. The members would be me, Dan Jacobs, Porter McKnight, Travis Miguel, and Kyle Rosa. I think that's the most super group that could ever exist to me.
Perfect. Awesome. Awesome response. Thank you very much, Brandon.
Appreciate it.
The time has run out.
What's up, everybody at Headbangers Mexico? Thank you for having me. Always good to talk to you guys, and we can't wait to see you again.